For this example, we know the following information. We know the cosecant of theta equals -4, and we know the cosine of theta is greater than 0. We want to find the remaining trigonometric functions of theta. So for these types of problems where we're given some information about the trigonometric value of an angle and a little bit of information about their sines too, the first thing that we want to do is we want to ask ourselves what quadrant is this angle located in. That will help us to visualize the angle. It will help us to determine what the sines of the rest of the trig functions are. So looking at this, we know the following. We know that cosecant of theta is -4, which means it's negative. Okay, so what does it mean if cosecant's negative? Now remember, cosecant's the reciprocal of sine. So if cosecant's negative, that means that sine is going to be negative as well. And we say something's negative if it's less than 0. So which quadrant are we in if we know, which quadrants could we possibly be in if we know that sine is negative? Well, in the first quadrant, all of the trig functions are positive, so we know it can't be in quadrant 1. In the second quadrant, sine is positive, so we know it can't be in quadrant 2. In the third quadrant, we know tangent's positive, so it could be here. I'm going to put a little question mark because it could be there. And we know in the fourth quadrant that cosine is positive. We don't know about cosine yet, so it could be here. So we're choosing between either quadrant 3 or quadrant 4 just by knowing that our sine value is negative. Now let's look at our second piece of information. The second piece of information tells us that cosine of theta is positive. Aha! Well, if we know that cosine is positive, that means we definitely can't be in quadrant 3 because the only trig function that's positive there is tan. So, and you take a look over here, we know that in that fourth quadrant that cosine's positive. So the information that we're going to start off with here is that we are definitely in, or that our angle theta is in quadrant 4. So we know theta is an element of the fourth quadrant. So when we sketch our angle, we're going to use, here we go, we're going to use quadrant 4 as our reference angle. Now, let me erase that. We'll come back to that in 1 second. So we know the following so far. We know that cosecant of theta is equal to -4/1. It's equal to -4, but we can write that as -4/1. And we also know, if we know cosecant, we know the reciprocal, and this is telling us that sine of theta is equal to -1/4. All right, let's use that. Well, sine is the ratio of y's to r's. This is giving us information about the y value, and it's giving us information about the r value. So when we go to sketch our angle in this quadrant, we know, and we can again, we're going to talk about what this r value is in a second, but we know that our y value over here, this is the y value over here, that this is -1. And we know that our r value, or the radius over here, that this is 4. So what are we missing? We're missing our x value. In order for us to find all of these trigonometric functions, we need x, y, and r. We have y, we have r, we have to find x. Okay, so how do we find x? Well, the whole point behind me sketching this angle and turning it into a right triangle is anytime we have a right triangle, we can use the Pythagorean theorem to help us figure out what it is. So using the Pythagorean theorem gives us x squared. Remember, the Pythagorean theorem tells us that leg squared plus leg squared give us hypotenuse squared. X squared plus -1 squared is equal to 4 squared. Or we have x squared plus 1 is equal to 16. Subtract 1 from each side. This gives us x squared is equal to 15. Take the square root. We have x is equal to plus or minus the square root of 15. Now the question we want to answer here is x going to be positive or is x going to be negative? We know that x is going to be positive because we are in quadrant 4, so we can get rid of this negative bit. So x is equal to positive the square root of 15. Okay, so let's find the trigonometric ratios based on this information. We know that x is the square root of 15. We know that y is equal to -1. And we know that r is equal to 4. So the sine of theta, let me do this in another color. Let's just get this in purple. We know that the sine of theta is equal to y over r. So the sine of theta is going to be -1/4. And if we know that, we also know the cosecant of theta is equal to 4 over -1, which is -4. That's the information we started with. Well, we know the cosine of theta. Cosine is x over r, so we have the square root of 15/4. And if we know the cosine, we know the secant of theta is equal to the reciprocal, and then we have to rationalize. get rid of that square root of 15 in the denominator, and we have 4 square root of 15 over 15. And the last trig function, tangent of theta is equal to y over r, is equal to y over x. So we have -1 over the square root of 15. Knowing that, again, we have to rationalize that, so we're going to multiply that by the square root of 15 over the square root of 15. And we get negative square root of 15 over 15. And the cotangent of theta is equal to the reciprocal of this, which is equal to the square root of 15, negative square root of 15 over 1. Same thing as saying negative square root of 15.